What's up, everybody? Welcome back into this edition of From the 50. Today, we are predicting the division winner standings. The division winner standings? The division standings in the NFL, and we're also building a team division winner parlay. We got the great Big Webb back in studio. Big Webb, welcome to 2024-2025 season here,
Hello,
sir.
Glad to be here.
Good to see you. And we got Nick Yale away from Dallas, Texas. Welcome back, Nick Yale, once again.
Thank you. Hoping for a better year this year than last year. I did get to go to the studio this past weekend, and I did not sign the board.
Yeah, I'm looking at the board right now. We're missing one signature, and I'll be honest, I'm going to make you sign with at least a blue, maybe a black Sharpie, because we got a light green or something you signed with last time. I can barely read your name, so we're going to change that and have
That
you
thing
do
got
something.
faded. Yeah,
something
faded.
more permanent. If you
is that what that is on the bottom there?
That's okay. Nick Yale's signature. You can barely see it.
I'm going to sign
we're
as small as I possibly can. As small as I possibly can.
Yeah, you did that on purpose, obviously.
We need some improvement there, yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we should even make him trace over the top of it with like a real one. You know what I mean? Because just kind of.
I'm signing it one time, and that's it.
You lost twice. You signed it twice.
I already signed it the previous time. I don't need to sign it again.
You can't see it though. Anyway, welcome in. You can follow us from the 50, webercontent.com/from the 50 if you're watching here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. You can find all the links in our bio on YouTube. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, all kinds of good stuff. Ready for another season. Almost the whole cast today. We have Mr. Zook is in Michigan, so he'll be back next week for some more preseason content. But just us three today, and then we have a new producer actually joining us.
Producer, can't wait.
We have to announce who that is coming up later on before the season starts.
He's got experience.
He does. I think this guy is going to bring the electricity. We actually have to hide his voice for many reasons. Does not want to be in the public eye because we're such superstars. He goes, look, I know you guys got paparazzi. I don't want any part of it. So we're going to have him be a guy behind the glass, and should be fun.
I don't blame him. He's got experience, man. This guy's good. This guy's good.
He is good.
He has a criminal record. That's why we can't hear him.
I guess he does, yeah. I mean, I think he's going to bring in so much damn money with the parlays he's going to put out there for the boys that I think it's going to be like he can't possibly be walking out in public. Everybody's going to be mauling him. You know what I mean?
That wouldn't surprise me.
I think it'd be fantastic. Big Web, I'm excited about your parlays this year. You were 1-16 last year, I think, or
what the hell?
I'm
just stating facts here.
I had a couple or three. It was a tough year. Yes,
I think it was one, and I think it wasn't even the official one.
How come nobody counts the playoffs ever?
We stopped doing this.
It was a backup parlay.
Correct. Yeah, it was a backup parlay.
It was the third parlay of the day on week 7.
It was like week 5.
It was a backup too. It wasn't the official. We said
I don't want to hear it. People that follow Big Web make money.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if that's true.
Playoffs. What do I got to do? Dig up the archives here?
No, I mean, yes. you could fact check it.
All right, I'll fact check. I'll do it. I'll put the sweat in. I'll show you.
Listen, if I won one parlay the entire year, I would remember the exact week, the exact pick, the exact payout, everything. Just saying.
Big Web's got so much action, can't keep track of it all.
I know.
It's all over the place.
He's a man of money. He is. He's just locked in this year.
We try.
Okay, I'm pumped up for. I think this is going to be the year where we have all the followers that followed because all they did was fade Big Web. However, I will give you shit, but let me tell you something. You only miss by 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 4 sometimes, but you're pretty damn close overall.
You just made that sound like shit right there.
No, I didn't.
You could have just said sometimes you just miss by 1. It's very close.
Can we maybe tease a little bit more this year? Maybe take a couple legs off the parlays.
No,
what do you
That's
think?
what we're going to do.
Take legs off the parlay. Don't tease.
Yeah, we're gonna take some legs off. We're gonna go down to like 2 or 3 plays per parlay instead of going 5 or 6.
I like this. See, this is smart. Yeah. It takes you a whole off season to realize you need to go down to a 2 or 3 team
instead of plus 800.
But you guys are making it sound like there's no money won here at all.
There's plenty of money coming in this year, but you learn from your mistakes. All I know is everybody watched the Big Web parlay to see it lose because that's the internet. I was always rooting for you, as you know,
yes,
and it just didn't pay off.
Hey, if you tailed any one of us last year in the entire season, you would have made money because we all finished in the green last year.
I do have overall standings. I'll bring those up later because it is amazing. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about since the start of this show when we all started tracking picks. I have the entire list of percentages, Wins, losses, ties, the whole deal. Who has the most? Who has the least?
Yeah, let's get all-time standings.
It's pretty electric. So I'll look that up here in a second. But
I'd like to see that.
Oh, let's look it up then. Go ahead and give a shout out, Big Web, while I turn this up, or give a shout out to our sponsors, Minute Maid or something.
Well, Minute Maid. Just give me a minute. I'll get you a maid. Nick, so what is going on, man? What have you been up to? How was the summer?
The summer was good, man. Not a whole lot of traveling, but we're right back into busy season here. Nice. Getting ready to go to Boston next week and then out to New York. We got college football coming up. We got the NFL. We got the Missouri Tigers.
So what's Boston and New York? What are you going for, baseball, or what are you doing?
Yes, baseball.
Okay.
A little baseball before college football and NFL gets geared up.
So what's on the docket? What's on the docket for the college sites where we're heading?
College sites, we're going to UT at Michigan, week 2. What many thought should have been the college football playoff final. But Texas lost to Washington, and then Michigan beat Washington, as you know. So we're going up to Michigan to the big house. We're going to UT, Georgia. That'll be another fun one. We're going to OU, Mizzou, the most important one on the schedule, TJ. Week 9, 10.
At home at Mizzou?
At home at Mizzou in Columbia, Missouri.
How are these Tigers going to do real quick? Give me I got these pulled up. So give me a 30-second synopsis on your Mizzou Tigers, Nick. Go.
Missouri Tigers, we're looking at a 10-2 season, okay? We got a cupcake of a schedule. The only 3 tough games that we have on the schedule are at Alabama, on the road at Texas A&M, and at home against Oklahoma.
20 seconds left.
We split those 2-1 or 1-2 in those 3 games. We're going to go 10-2. We're going to be a college football playoff team.
10 seconds.
Look out for us to win the first college football playoff matchup in Mizzou history.
Nice. 5 seconds to spare. I like that. That was good and precise.
One thing.
Tigers are going to do.
So when you go week 2 to Michigan, who's the Lions playing? You going to go to the Lions game on Sunday?
No, we're coming back. Got to watch Sunday football from the couch. So
beautiful.
Not going to stay for NFL.
Locked in. It's going to be fun. So I have the overall standings of the show's history. Do you guys want to play a guessing game? And do you want to go over like year by year? Probably not. Let's just do overall standings.
No, overall in the last 5 years.
We have picked for the last 4. We've been doing. Wait, I believe I did this correct. These are the standings for the last 4 years of picking, but we've been doing the show for 5
years.
This is year 6, but this is the 5th year of picking. If that makes sense. First year we did not pay attention to it.
We did not pick the first year. We didn't. We didn't log it.
Big Web, who do you think is first overall since 2000 on the panel?
Zach Zook.
That is correct. Zach Zook. He is picking at 53.7%, 301 wins, 259 losses, 10 ties. Would you like to guess who's number 2?
Yours truly.
Big Web is number 2.
Ding, 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 ding.
I also sent these like last week, so I think he just remembered who the fuck was there. Big Web, 51.7%,
That's right.
288. 269 and 13. Guess who's number 3? Nick, would you like to guess who's number 3?
It's you.
It's me, yes, TJ Weber. 50.8%, 283, 274, and 13. And then we take a big old drop, losing you money year in and year out. Who's 4th place, Big Web?
Probably Tolley.
That would have to be Nick.
That is the great Nick Tolley. 269, nice. 290 and 10, 48.1%. And this is former producer Nick Tolley and the audience kind of a combo because we had to leave the show last year, unfortunately. 52.4%. So we put him last because he hasn't picked the entire amount that we have. 224, 203, and 10. So there are your overall standings.
I mean, a lot of that is inflated, though, too, on those records because you guys double and triple down on games. I'm picking every game. I've never tripled down.
The numbers are the numbers.
Twice in my life. Yeah, but I know what I'm saying.
You've tripled down, but you doubled down before.
I've doubled down. I've never tripled down before.
I need to start paying attention to who has the most 0-7s because Nick is definitely in the running for that. No doubt.
1, maybe 2. I think I only have 1.
I think you have 1 per year. We've been doing this for 5.
No, I think I have 1. I think I only have 1 0-7. Maybe 2.
Zook will look it up later. I'll give him some
homework.
Not
to debate about it too much. People aren't here for that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Just letting you know. So those are the overall standings. Looking forward to this season, but pretty profitable overall for the top 3 of us. Nick and the rest of the people that have been on the show, not so great.
Now, last year, our percentages were freaking huge.
Oh, my God. Last year.
Yeah, we were all profitable.
Last year. I believe we were, let's see, Zook 95, 49, and 4. I was
95, 49, and 4.
It's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy. I mean, that's what these expert pickers do, though. It's like we just lock in on certain years, and this was our last year where Nick. Let's put it this way: Nick was last, and he was 74, 68, and 4.
Yeah, six
games
above 500. I'm the last.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It's a good year when that happens. So got some profitability, but Big Web still goes 1-15 on his parlays. We're not talking about that. We already brought that up.
That's it. I'm going to be up all night digging these fucking results up.
Well, let's start here. So we will quickly go through the non-gambling stuff because all we do is gamble on the show. We would like to go over each division. I don't want a huge breakdown of each team. I just want your quick 30-second synopsis on each division. Yep. So let's start in the NFC West. Big Web, what do you got for your standings if you had to guess? NFC West.
NFC West, I do have Frisco on top.
What happened to digital? You got paper over there, do you? Nice.
It's my era, dude.
I got some chicken scratch over there. I can't read nothing. Beautiful.
Frisco, Rams, Seattle, Arizona. That's the way I like them. Mm-hmm. I think Frisco's coming back. The Rams are going to be tough this year. They got some talent. They kind of overhauled some things and lost a couple people. Frisco has pretty much stayed the same. Seattle lost some guys, and Arizona just sucks.
Yeah. Nick, NFC West, what are your thoughts?
NFC West, I think it's San Francisco, Los Angeles, Arizona, Seattle. Arizona, I think, takes a little step up now with Kyler Murray back after his injuries, get a new wide receiver in Marvin Harrison. Still like the tight end whose name is escaping me if anybody's got it.
McBride.
Help me out. Trey McBride, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And James Conner, always a dependable running back. So Cardinals is always really if they can. The Cardinals is always if they can stay healthy. They've been banged up by injuries. So if they can stay healthy.
I mean, listen to this, though, just real quick.
Okay.
Arizona's first 6 games.
Uh-huh.
Bills, Rams, Lions.
That's a loss.
They got Commanders are a little soft, but 49ers, Packers. I mean, they got 5.
Yeah, that's a hell of a stretch. Yeah,
tough start.
But that's like me without looking at schedules. I mean, because that has a lot to do with the Cardinals. I mean, they're not that good anyway, and then you add in just that buzzsaw of teams in a row. That's pretty crazy.
That's a tough start, man.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. So I'm kind of with you guys. I got Niners, Rams, Cardinals, or Seahawks, Cardinals. I got Cardinals last still. The Seahawks are always floating around 500. They always find a way. They're not that great, but they're not that bad. Cardinals, even with Marvin Harrison Jr., still last in that division for me. That's where I'm going. NFC South, Big Web, what do you think?
NFC South, I think you're looking at the Falcons here. I mean, big time. They just got another player today, Matthew Judon, yeah, 3rd-round pick trade with the New England Patriots. Yeah. But they've done nothing in the offseason other than to add tons of guys and have a good draft. And Tampa hasn't done hardly anything. New Orleans, blah, blah, blah. Carolina's just terrible. They added some guys. They need to make a transition, but I just don't. I think Falcons are way better than everybody on paper for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would say Falcons, not a runaway, but I think it's going to be between them and Tampa. I think the Saints take a step back. I'm just not a Derek Carr guy. Nick picked up Spencer Rattler in Dynasty. Like that a lot. Not a bad pick.
Not a bad pick, yeah.
And then Panthers last by a mile because I think they have some young players like Xavier Legette and the kid from Texas, the running back.
Jatavian Sanders.
No,
Jonathan Brooks and Jatavian Sanders. Tight
and
end.
Jatavian Sanders too. I forgot, and I was talking about Jonathan Brooks. So, I mean, they got some young players, but their ownership sucks. Bryce Young doesn't look great yet, so I don't love the Panthers. Nick, what are your thoughts on the NFC South?
Yeah, Panthers definitely in last. I think this is probably one of the weakest divisions in the NFL, and I think it's the Falcons to take, like Big Web said. Raheem Morris, new head coach coming in there over from the Rams, as well as Kirk Cousins, new quarterback in there for Atlanta. That was the big missing piece they've always had. They tried to go with Desmond Ridder. That didn't really work out. Now they got Kirk Cousins, a veteran in there, plus they got weapons all over the field. They're going to use Bijan Robinson a ton this year. They're going to use Kyle Pitts, I think, for the first time. Kyle Pitts, I know not a lot of people are high on Kyle Pitts, but at Florida, he was great. And then he just hasn't had a quarterback. So Kyle Pitts, Drake London, a lot of weapons on the field there for Kirk Cousins.
I'm with you, too, on Kyle Pitts. I think he has a massive fantasy year finally because the first time who are the quarterbacks that he's had? It's been Desmond Ridder. Who was before Desmond Ridder? Taylor Heineke. Yep.
And then Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan before him.
But I don't know if Matt Ryan was there.
But I mean, Heineke didn't even play much either. So, he hasn't had a lot.
Kind of Heineke and Ridder. Those are the two that.
Yeah. And Matt Ryan was like the last. It was like the end of his career when he wasn't the same Matt Ryan. So, it'll be fun. I'm curious. And people might say the same thing about Kirk, though, but he's still slinging it pretty good overall.
Yeah. Again, if he stays healthy, if they keep him on his feet, He's got a gunslinger of an arm and a great attitude, veteran leadership in that locker room, and he's a freaking dog when it comes playoff time.
Big Web, NFC North. What are your thoughts?
Now there's the tough one right now. I mean,
is it?
You're a homer.
Is it though?
You're a homer. But Detroit, I still have Detroit on top. I think Chicago's going to give them a fight, though. Chicago bought themselves a team.
Take it easy on that.
Chicago bought themselves a team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Green Bay. I think that's Love is overrated, but that's okay. Minnesota, actually, J.J. McCarthy was looking pretty comfortable, but he's now injured.
Out for the season,
Is
J.J.
that
McCarthy.
Is it the full tear?
Torn meniscus, out for the season officially. Heard that today.
And that hurts them terribly over there. Josh Dobbs, I guess, is their quarterback.
Sam Darnold now there in Minnesota. Yeah.
Darnold, but Dobbs is on the roster. No,
Is he still on the roster, Nick? I don't know.
I believe he is.
I'm more curious because I don't know either. But
he was in there. He was in the
last year. But Big Web does the thing that we've all done the sports talk already. Like, he's on the roster.
Nick Mullins and
right here, baby.
Would you like to bet? Would you like to bet a milkshake on Josh Dobbs being on the Minnesota Vikings roster?
I would because it says right here.
Not on the roster.
Oh, he's not on the roster. He's not on the roster. Says Nick
Mullins. Nick Mullins is the backup. Jaron Hall.
Big Web, you got to get off that magazine and get a phone here. We got live shit on the internet. Live.
I got it right here, baby. I got it right here.
Big Web's got it on a piece of paper that was 3 weeks old. Let's go to the internet.
August 1st. August 1st is good.
Can you guess the team that Josh Dobbs is on? You each get one guess.
You're big Dobbs guy.
Jacksonville.
Nope. It's incorrect.
What is it, Nick?
It is San Francisco 49ers.
Ah, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, let me scratch them off.
Joshua Dobbs.
That's one
exciting
thing you can't
year
do on
in
a phone.
Minnesota this year.
Excited
for the year Minnesota's going to have with Josh Dobbs. Great pick.
The team's in trouble anyway.
Yeah.
They were at the bottom of the fucking list, and they were still on the bottom.
McCarthy, man, they got hurt. At least they got Josh Dobbs. That's good. That's wonderful.
They got Jefferson if he could throw the ball to himself.
So you got Minnesota last, though.
I do.
Okay. Nick, your thoughts? NFC North?
Yeah, Justin Jefferson's about the only good thing going for the Minnesota Vikings. They lost Jordan Addison today with a leg injury.
Oh, I didn't hear that one. That's breaking news for me.
You got to pay attention.
Hey, take it easy over there, Josh Dobbs.
Today being August 14th, 2024, Jordan Addison carted off with a leg injury. So they're getting banged up all over the field. Think they finished last. Packers, I'm going to go 3. I'm going to put the Bears second and still – the Lions at 1 again.
Of course.
Lions got the veteran quarterback.
Yes.
They have weapons all over the field at receiver and at running back.
Yes.
And on defense. Both sides of the ball.
Former Saint.
Lions are good. So, I think Caleb Williams is actually going to be pretty decent this year, and the Bears are going to step up. I think Bears on the defensive side of the ball are a little bit weaker, but on the offensive side of the ball, they're going to be a fun team to watch. So I think Lions, Bears, Packers, Vikings.
Yeah.
I also think Jordan Love is a little bit overrated.
Yeah. Big money for just 1 year, but, I mean, he had a good year last year. Lions are 1. I mean, the team got better. Gibbs got hurt early this preseason. Campbell says they'll be fine. Got Terrion Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw, your boy from Mizzou, Nick, helping out in the secondary for the Lions. Got Carlton Davis. We got Jonah Jackson left, but Zeitler joined from the Ravens, so your offensive line still set. Goff got a new deal. St. Brown got a new deal. J-Mo is going to have a massive breakout year, so the Lions are better than they were last year. So
Reynolds is the only one gone, right?
Yeah. Reynolds is gone, which, I mean, he was good for a while. It's just, God, I can't get over that NFC Championship game, those two big drops. But I think he's with the Broncos now, I believe, with Bo Nix and company.
You might be right.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. But anyway, Lions won. I hate to say it, Bears are going to be really good this year. Caleb Williams looks a lot better than I expected him to be this year.
He's comfortable too.
He's comfortable, but it is a rookie quarterback. Things don't always mesh right off the bat. The Lions are a significantly better team even on paper. They are. Take bias out of it, but the Bears will fight for a wild card spot in the playoffs. Yeah. And then I got the Packers will be around maybe a game back of the Bears, and then with McCarthy out of the Vikings, I just don't expect to do anything. All right, there you go. NFC North. Finally, NFC East, Big Web. NFC East.
NFC East, same as last year. Philly and Dallas fighting it out, but Dallas is still screwing around the front office, not making the players happy. I'm giving it to Philly. They did lose Kelsey at center. I think they're going to top Dallas. I don't think Dallas is going to win the division. Commanders are better. Giants are last. So that's it. Same stack up for me as last year.
Let me read you the wide receivers on the depth chart not named CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, Kavontae Turpin, Jalen Moreno-Cropper, Ryan Flournoy can continue. They don't have anything
right.
at receiver besides CD. If they have to get this deal done. And also, they're starting running back Zeke Elliott, who's like 1,000,000 years old.
Why'd they bring him back?
Because they have nothing else. They didn't get anybody in the draft. They let Pollard go to Tennessee. Yeah. I get not re-signing Pollard, but they don't have – I mean, their offense is going to be CeeDee Lamb and CeeDee Lamb only. I mean, so that's the reason I put Philly at number 1. Dallas should be good. Their defense is still solid, but you got no receivers, especially if you don't sign CD. That would be insane. So I guess I'll still put the Cowboys 2. Even with CD, he's got to sign. But I still see them better than the Commanders and the Giants. I'll put the Commanders at 3. No, I'll put the Giants at 3. I'll put the Commanders at 4. So I know probably more about the Giants than any other team besides the Lions as far as what they did this offseason. Because, Nick, I don't know if you did. I watched that offseason Hard Knocks that they were included on. It was actually like a look behind their draft and everything, but they got Brian Burns from Carolina to help with their pass rush. Their pass rush is going to be insane. Their secondary is really weak. But then they got Malik Neighbors, who's going to be an absolute beast, like probably the best rookie receiver out of the draft, I think. But they lost Saquon, so that's kind of your deal. It's still Daniel Jones, still the same team, but they have some decent weapons, and their pass rush might keep them in games. So.
Drew Lock now. They got Drew Lock.
Drew Lock, Nick, your thoughts on Drew Lock?
You have Drew Lock backing up Daniel Jones, so I think will be the starter by week 6.
So Nick thinks they're going to win the NFC East.
I do also think that the New York Giants will be last in their division with the Commanders in 3rd, the Cowboys in 2nd, and the Eagles by a long shot in 1st. I don't think this will be as competitive a division as it has in years past. But watch out for the Commanders, though. I think they might make a play at being 2nd in this division and potentially a borderline playoff team if Jaden Daniels, who I think is the best quarterback in this draft class, long term. I mean, Caleb Williams there's so much hype around Caleb Williams, but like Jaden Daniels, like watching him at LSU and ball out those guys, he's gonna be definitely a fun player to watch. The Eagles, who have one of the best offensive lines, and now you got Saquon Barkley, a healthy Saquon Barkley signed to a new deal. He could look like retro Saquon Barkley this year, and that takes a lot of pressure off Jalen Hurts.
Your thoughts are welcome. From the 50, we are on webercontent.com/from the50. If you're on YouTube, you can find us. The link is in our bio. Also Instagram and TikTok. So we go to the AFC. We'll make this one a little bit quicker as I want to get to the gambling, of course. AFC West, Big Web, what are your thoughts on the AFC West?
AFC West, that would involve the Kansas City Chiefs, doesn't it?
Chiefs are in that division. I think they have been for a while.
They added Hollywood Brown. I like that. They added Carson Wentz. Who cares?
Nice.
They had a good draft, I think. The line is solid. They had an injury. I think Kansas City's going to dominate that division. Again.
Dominate?
Yeah, dominate. But Chargers, I think, are going to be close. I mean, any key injury could really knock the Chiefs backwards. But then give the Chargers a chance because the Chargers, I think, have improved, and also Harbaugh's a go-getter. But I don't like Vegas. I don't like Denver. And I think it's between the Chargers and the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs are still going to roll.
I think we're pretty close on the rankings, but let me ask you something because I'm curious. How do you think the Chargers got better?
Well, first of all, they got
Get those readers
Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins.
They're all very old or no knees.
Speaking of schedule, they start out against Vegas, Carolina, Pittsburgh. First 3 games.
Vegas, Carolina, Pittsburgh. Okay.
They do play KC. Listen to this. Next 3 games: Denver, Arizona, New Orleans. These guys.
This is the Chargers here.
Chargers. The first 7 games they play 6 patsies in Kansas City. No shit.
Okay. So, I like that. I like that. I like the start of their
and I like Harbaugh and I love Herbert. You know, but they did lose some big time receivers.
Everybody.
Obviously. No, I know. They revamped. So they pretty much traded key players, right? They lost Mike Williams, Guyton, Everett, Eckler, and Keenan Allen. So, but they swapped in Disley, Gus Edwards, blah blah blah.
So all I'm hearing there is old as shit, old as shit, old as shit. That's my thing. Is Gus Edwards has been in the league? You know, he's a pickup, but he's not what Austin Eckler was for them a couple years ago. You got J.K. Dobbins who cannot fucking stay healthy. That's their running game. Then you have receiver. Lad McConkey has to come in year 1 and be the guy from Georgia in that offense, which is a huge thing. Yep. Then they have a guy in the guy from TCU. Nick, help me out. Who was it? Quentin Johnson.
Johnson,
who could not catch the ball last year. He's got to be your number 2. Joshua Palmer's got to be a top guy. So I'm with you. Herbert's there. but they don't have receivers. They need guys to step up quick.
No, I feel you on that, but who else is going to be second in this division?
No, I'm with you there. I'm saying, like, I don't know how close it'll be. So when you said runaway, I'm with you. I was just responding to you saying what you thought they did in the offseason.
No, but I think they got a chance to have a record with who they're playing. If they can develop an offense and get some receivers going, yes, I get it. Somebody's got to come out of the woodwork for them.
Sure.
But if that happens, they got a shot.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So I would put the Chargers 2. I put the Chiefs 1. Xavier Worthy, Nick, I'm really excited about him and Mahomes. I kind of did the comparison on my Power Rankings episode on YouTube we just did, that I was saying John Ross, who had the 40 record before Xavier Worthy broke it in this last combine. You look at his overall stats, they're not great. So speed doesn't exactly mean you're going to be a great receiver, but John Ross never had Patrick Mahomes. So I'm excited to see what those two can do together. I think Hollywood Brown's a huge step up there too, and obviously Travis Kelce. So, yeah, Chiefs, Chargers. I'm going to put the Raiders 3, but I'm telling you what, it's preseason, but Bo Nix looks pretty good so far.
Comfortable
Bo Nix looks fun, and Sean Payton's a hell of a coach when he's got a quarterback he likes. So who knows? Denver could float around 500 and do something wild. So I don't know. Nick, your thoughts on the West?
Yeah, the Chiefs got 3 Ferraris at wide receiver. It's unbelievable the speed that they have, and it's a bit unfair that Mahomes has all that talent. Although Xavier Worthy has not looked great in camp, kind of getting manhandled on the line of scrimmage. So we'll see how he elevates to that next level. But to me, it's the Chiefs, 50 feet of shit, and then these other 3 teams. I think it's a crapshoot. Yes, the Chargers have a cupcake of a schedule, but like TJ was saying, they didn't reload anybody. They just got rid of guys, and they are in this rebuild behind Harbaugh and his new coaching staff. I do think they will be running the ball a little bit more. That's been more his play style than using Herbert. So if you're a Justin Herbert fantasy owner like myself, a good time to be a little bit worried because he has absolutely nobody. Their wide receiver 1 right now, Joshua Palmer, was their wide receiver 4 a few years ago, and now they're asking this guy to be their wide receiver 1. Yep. Definitely a lot of question marks at wide receiver. I do think because of the cupcake schedule, they slot into. I do think of what Broncos are at 3rd of what TJ just said with Bo Nix and Sean Payton. And then the Raiders, there's really nothing going for the Raiders other than that they have Devontae Adams, who's probably going to end up on the New York Jets at some point. They have a lot of issues that they have to figure out. Didn't really do a whole lot in the draft besides get the best tight end in Brock Bowers. He should be fun to watch, but you don't have a quarterback. Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, you got to go out and get a quarterback at some point if you're the Las Vegas Raiders, because I guarantee you
Gardner Minshew.
I know. Nick, did you trim your beard, by the way? It looks good.
No, I did not trim. I got a haircut.
No, I'm saying you lined it up. Do you line it up yourself, or you always have the barber do that?
No, I do it myself.
Do you? Big Web, you got to grow a beard again. Get on the beard train here.
I might do that this year. That'll work.
Okay. Speaking of beards, what do you think of the AFC South?
Oh, that was good.
Nice. Thank you. I'm a professional. I went to school for it.
I had a tidbit on the Chiefs, but as a professional, I'm turning the page.
All right. Wonderful.
AFC
That's what we call segue in the business, Big Web.
Exactly what we say. Mm-hmm. AFC South.
You like the Titans this year.
I hate the Titans. I do like Pollard, though. I think that was a great move for those guys. But no, I'm absolutely taking Houston on top. I think Diggs is really going to help them. Mixon's going to help them.
Mm-hmm.
C.J. Stroud is solid quarterback. Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Robert Woods. Those guys, Dalton Schultz. Those guys they're loaded and ready to go. They've got good.
Robert Woods still in the league? I didn't know that.
Robert Woods, ready.
Nick, I lost your mic, by the way. Back to Big Web. Sorry.
Anyway, their line is solid as well. Their schedule first 6 games is fairly easy too, except for Buffalo. They got Indy, Chicago, Minnesota. They got Jacksonville, but they got New England.
My back.
I got you now.
So, no, I like Houston. I think they're going to get off to a good start. I think they're very solid. The Jags, I got the Jags second. They got Gabe Davis now.
They do.
I think he's going to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Duvernay, they got rid of Zay Jones and Ridley, but I think that's an upgrade. Those two, Gabe Davis and Duvernay over those 2 guys. I did put the Titans above the Colts, and I don't know why. That was a coin flip for me who would have got second or 3rd and 4th in that division. But I think that one, as far as a runaway division, I like Houston big time.
Nick's not going to like this. I'm actually going to say the Jaguars take a step back this year. Trevor got a new deal, so I know he's locked in, but I think the Texans obviously are one in that division. I love what Stroud did last year. I love D'Amico Ryans. Like, when you can build an offense like they have, when you add Stephon Diggs and Mixon, and then you have a defensive-minded coach, I mean, you are set. I mean, they are going to be good for a long time. So I got the Texans 1. Number 2, I think I'm going to put Indy up there. There's something about Anthony Richardson. I think he'll just have a monster year this year.
Got to stay healthy.
And he's got to stay healthy. The Colts always, again, flirt around with 500. They get quarterbacks hurt a lot, but I think if he stays healthy, they can be number 2 in that division. I will put Jacksonville 3rd, again, behind Indy. That might be close back and forth, but again, they just don't blow my skirt up. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the Titans 4th. So here's the thing with the Titans. They did what they had to do with bringing in a lot of not older guys. I guess Pollard's not too old, but a lot of guys that have been in the league for a while that haven't really panned out and kind of, to me, are past their prime. Guys like Calvin Ridley, a guy like Tony Pollard, and you got DeAndre Hopkins. All guys that used to be huge stars in this league. Maybe not Pollard, but he probably hit his peak 2 years ago. So you give Will Levis an opportunity with guys that have had good careers in the NFL, but to me have already it's already passed them by. So I think the Titans are doing what they can to replace Derrick Henry, try something different, give the kid a shot in year 2 and Will Levis to try to take this team to the next level. New head coach, Mike Vrabel out. I just don't see it. I think they'll be fine. I don't see anybody in this division going under 6 wins or anything. I think it's going to be really tight for a long time besides the Texans, but that's kind of where I see things. So, Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars do have 4 road games in their first 6, so a lot on the road, and a tough schedule with having to play the Bills and the Dolphins in those first few weeks there. So they're going to start out a little tough. But in this division, I think this division overall is a division that got a lot better. I think the Texans are probably going to be the favorite to be number 1. I do think, though, the Jags can compete because they got a lot better on both sides of the ball. They got Brian Thomas in the first round. They went out and they got Darnell Savage. They got a couple older veterans on the defensive side of the ball, but they filled some holes. I would have liked them to go corner in the first round instead of taking a wide receiver, but their offense now looks fun. Okay, they got Travis Etienne. They got Evan Ingram, who was one of the most targeted tight ends in the league last year, and Trevor, a healthy Trevor. I think this is his really make or break it time. Even though he did just sign this big deal, this is the year we're going to see. Okay, is Trevor really the guy that the Jags spent that first round pick on a few years back? Is he going to be a top 10 quarterback in the league? This is his year to do it. They do have a tough schedule, so I think they are going to be in the 2nd spot. Houston 1, and then the Colts 3, and the Titans 4. I'm excited to see the AFC South. Don't love that it's more competitive, but that's football.
These next 2, I think, are going to be very, very interesting, mainly with 3 teams in the AFC East. Maybe all 4 in the AFC North, depending on how you think the Steelers did in the offseason. Let's go to the AFC North. Big Web, what do you think going north in the AFC?
You're right, saying interesting, because the Ravens are solid and I think got better. The Bengals are solid, and I'm telling you right now, their line is healthy and strong. And 4 out of 5 of them started 17 games last year. The Browns, Watson's got to stay healthy, and they can be close.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like Pittsburgh, but I mean, you got 3 really good football teams there, playoff caliber, I think, teams there. Bengals are the favorite, and I think I know why. It's because of their consistency, their quarterback, and their offensive line. I am going to go ahead and take the Ravens on top. I think Derrick Henry's got 1 more year left in him. I think that's a big add for those guys. Odell Beckham Jr., older guy, but if he could add a little something, that would be interesting.
He's in Miami now.
Finally, what?
OBJ's in Miami now.
Well, shit. Anyway.
So he might not add much to the Ravens this year.
All right. So, but no, with their regular group, Aguilar, Bateman, Zay Flowers, they got a kid named Hardy now. I mean, Jackson's going to have some weapons. He's also got a big front line. I think the Ravens can still get it done, but I expect Cincinnati to be pretty damn strong right with them.
I'm with you. I'm shocked. What are your thoughts on Zay Flowers going into this year? I mean, you had a real tough go in the AFC Championship with that fumble in the end zone, screwed you over.
Fucking pissed me off. Yes. But we turned the page. The guy's got to improve.
Almost got in a fight with a Chiefs fan over that apparently, and you were not the initiator. We almost got in a fight with the guy as a group.
I just screamed about the situation, and somebody got frantic about it, so whatever.
Nick, do you remember that guy? He was a Chiefs fan for like 2 days and bought a Mahomes jersey, and then he came over and started trying to fight Big Web.
Every single person in the bar apologized to us after that.
And then he looks at me, he goes, yeah, and this guy's a fucking Lions fan. I go, why am I taking shrapnel, first of all? Like, gee, I'm just standing here. Big Web's not doing anything, just rooting for, is pissed off about his bet, and this guy's trying to start shit. I mean, like, typical, like, Hoosier that thinks he's a Chiefs fan, whatever.
That guy, if somebody wants to punch somebody in the back of the head, or a fucking, clown, so, have some balls.
Yeah, let's go. Let's fight. Can you imagine how'd you get in a fight? Well, I was rooting for the Ravens. Like, but what? People are like, I don't understand. I had the over. Oh, okay.
That's why. Yeah.
Fucking Zay Flowers, and I was pissed off. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Ravens are one. They're one of the best teams in the league. I put them number 5 on my power rankings. I just think they're one of those teams similar to the Cowboys, not this year, but in past years, that they're just such a dominant regular season team, and they cannot get it done in the postseason. Now, granted, they did do it. They went to the AFC Championship, but they just didn't show up. Then Kansas City rolled that game, especially late. So they're just one of those teams that you expect to be competitive. Derrick Henry's a massive acquisition there to help with the run game. Him and Lamar will be a really fun thunder and lightning type of running game for sure. And their defense is always rock solid. Bengals, again, got to stay healthy. That's always their issue is their receivers and Burrow staying healthy. But I think they'll be 2. Browns should be 3. They've got a great defense, but again, it's all about Watson and that offense staying healthy. They get Jerry Jeudy now from Denver, which should help them a little bit in the receiving core, you'd think. And then the Steelers are the biggest. I put them 4 for now, but because the rest of the division's so tough. But I love, with a capital L, the Justin Fields trade for him. I think he's going to be the superstar that they've been wanting for a long time. I think Russ is going to sit down real quick, and Fields is going to run Pittsburgh for a long time. That's the reason they can be dangerous this year. I might be betting their win total over. I don't even know what it is. If someone knows, or I can check it, I'll look it up. But I think they have a lot of upside. Nick, your thoughts on the North?
Yeah, I think the North is, again, one of these very, very tough divisions. It's 8.5 for Pittsburgh.
That's not bad. Actually, 8.5. Tough division.
Well, I mean, about just a little over 500. But yeah, the addition of Derrick Henry, like you guys already mentioned, that's a massive win for Baltimore over J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, who they've had in years past. Just never really figured out the answer in the run game. But when you have Lamar at quarterback, they didn't really need to do that. Now they had, even at 30 years old, Derrick Henry, I think, is a guy that's going to give you a healthy amount of touchdowns, because this is a team that gets into the red zone, and then you can give Derrick Henry the ball, get into the end zone. So I do like the Ravens. I think the Bengals, with Joe Burrow back and healthy and a new haircut, that's always going to be a fun team to watch. Like you said, the offensive line's good, the defensive side of the ball is good, but the run game, not that they really need it, but Chase Brown, look for him, and Zach Moss is the starter currently, but Chase Brown is a guy to watch here in year 2 for the Bengals. And then going down the list, I'm taking the Steelers here. I think the Steelers are one piece away from being a contender in that tough division. They lost Deontay Johnson to the Panthers. Brandon Ayuk, though, in talks of maybe getting traded from San Francisco out to Pittsburgh. You got George Pickens, who I think in year 3 can really make that leap as the guy. If they did add Ayuk, I think that frees him up a little bit. They have Calvin Austin, who's, he's okay. They have Freiermuth, he's okay, but their defense is really what they lean on there. And you got the gadget and Justin Fields. I don't know if they'll use him in the way that they'll maybe in a creative, maybe Taysom Hill type situation where they have this second quarterback that they bring in. I'm not really sure. And then the Browns, I have them at 4th, because even though their defensive side of the ball is so good, I just don't really trust that Browns offense to score at all. I mean, Deshaun can always have a little bit of resurgence, and Jerry Jeudy, the addition there is nice, but I don't really trust the Browns in division games, especially against the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Steelers, to come out and win those games. I'm not sure that they win a single division game. They might win 1, maybe 2, but those are 3 tough teams to play. Maybe 3. Again,
Steelers back half of the year just is terrible for them.
Yeah.
Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Philly, Baltimore, Kansas City, Cincinnati. That's our last 8 games.
Yeah, that's tough. That's probably why I was just about to say I'm going to put them to 3rd and put the Browns 4th, but now that I saw that, I'm going to stick with number 4.
That's
for now.
Insane.
That's tough. All right, finally, Big Web, before we build this parlay together, AFC East, thoughts?
AFC East, okay, here it is. Last year, the Jets were on paper when they first got Aaron Rodgers, and they were on paper, they were built to be the team. I fell for it. I put all kinds of fucking money on the preseason.
Who wouldn't have, though? I mean, who wouldn't?
Stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Jets again.
To win the whole thing? The division?
In the division, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think, they basically brought in 3 new linemen, okay, and they revamped that. Plus they got Rodgers. Rodgers got to stay healthy, they got good weapons and they got a good defense. I like them, and if they do what they're supposed to do without injury, I think they can win the division. I think Buffalo is taking a step back, losing wide receiver in Diggs. I think that really hurt them, and I think Buffalo is taking somewhat of a step back. I wanted to pick Miami. I think they're going to do well, but I just can't. This Armstead gets fucking injured. Like he played like 7 games last year, so I'm concerned about their line and protecting.
Eric Armstead is on the Jaguars.
Say what?
Armstead's on the Jaguars.
He is not.
Yes, he is.
When the fuck did that happen?
How many things happened after you got this magazine here?
And I don't like New England, so I'm going with the Jets on top.
All right. Yeah, I New England's 4. It's not even close. Drake May, he could be Peyton Manning and still won't save them. They have a lot of things to figure out. So they're 4. It gets really interesting at the top 3. I think, God, I went back and forth on this. I can't believe I'm putting the Bills 3rd, but I'm putting the Bills 3rd. It's just losing Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. You need similar situation to the Chargers receiving core. They get Keon Coleman from Florida State, who, again, is a rookie who needs to make a huge impact this year. But you got Josh Allen. That's the thing. You got Josh Allen. So I want to put him higher, but I got to put him 3rd. And then I would probably say I'm going to put the Jets 2, actually. I think Rodgers coming back obviously is huge. I think the Dolphins are the best team in the division. Super explosive, and Tua just got a new deal. I do base it on if they get a new deal, like quarterbacks perform still at the top because they're on a high, and maybe not. Maybe he's comfortable and he doesn't perform as well, but their offense is just electric, and I just think they'll continue to take steps. So I got the Dolphins 1, Jets 2, Bills 3, and the Patriots way back at number 4. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, Patriots are definitely 4. I want to put the Bills 3, but I don't know. I think Josh Allen's just a little bit I need to see Aaron Rodgers come out and dice him up with this Jets team. They got a lot of new pieces, and they have their 2 offensive weapons, Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, who are getting a lot of hype, and I think they probably make good steps in their second years. But I'm going to put the Jets 3, Bills 2, and then the Dolphins atop the division at 1. They just got, again, offensive weapons all over the field. Defense side of the ball, they have some good pieces too. So again, I think it's the Dolphins division to lose. However, Jets, Bills, they could always make some noise and make a flash at the top there. But I don't even know if Drake May is going to be the starter in New England.
He's not enough though. Not right now.
He's Jacoby Brissett's obviously the starter, but like Joe Milton's looking better right now in practice than Drake May is. So I don't know if that's the answer. He's going to need to make a lot of improvements, and the Patriots are going to need a lot more to be out of the basement of that division.
Yeah, no doubt. So there you go. Those are our standings for the divisions. It's time to build our NFL Division Winner Parlays. Now, boys, there is one shock from everything we agreed on. I wouldn't say a huge shock, but like everything else as far as odds go here on my handy-dandy sportsbook I'm looking at has pretty much everything we said. San Francisco is the favorite in the NFC West, Lions in the North, Falcons in the South, Eagles in the East, and then the AFC, Chiefs in the West, Baltimore in the North, Texans in the South. Can you name who the favorite is to win the AFC East according to this handy-dandy sportsbook? Who do you think it should be? Dolphins, I guess, or Jets?
Dolphins should be the favorite. My guess it's the Bills being the favorite.
Big Web, do you think the Jets should be 1?
I would say Jets, yeah.
Jets are number 2 at plus 170. Now, it is close. Jets 2 at plus 170. Miami plus 220 to win the division, which I love that. And then the Bills are number 1 at plus 165. So a little bit of a surprise there. A little bit.
A lot of favoritism.
DraftKings has them both at 180.
Really?
Jets and Buffalo.
Is that right? I'm on FanDuel, Nate. I might have to go over to DraftKings coming up here. That's huge.
Green book and blue book.
If you are interested in putting a little taste on the Patriots, they're plus 2,400 to win the AFC East. So just a little thought there. If you like Drake May and company, just little taste, Big Web, little taste.
We don't.
All right. So let's build the division winner parlay. What are your guys' favorites? Well, let's go from there. I think we all should kind of give our favorites, kind of go down from there, and I think we should build one that we all root for the whole year. We're going to throw Zook into it. We're going to act like we know what Zook would want as well. It can be as many as we want. It can be we have to have at least 3. Let's say that.
But I think you get 5 in there.
5? Holy shit!
My favorites are not favorites.
I like that.
But I really like the favorite to win their divisions are not favorites. I mean, they're on top, but they're not like teams that you would say, oh my God, it's Frisco or it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
My favorite teams this year are Atlanta.
Okay.
And Houston.
Atlanta and Houston.
To win their divisions. Those are the 2 I like the best out of everybody because everybody else has a second contender that could put them into a fight. But those
the Lions don't.
Okay, maybe the Lions. But I'm telling, look at Atlanta. Look at that division. Who's going to come up and chase them? Not too many.
Bucks a little bit. I get what you're saying. I mean,
Tampa a little bit.
Yeah, Tampa would be the one team that would scare me.
Man, don't sleep on Jacksonville. But Jacksonville does have a tough schedule. So
I like those 2 to win for having the least competition in their divisions.
Those 2 by themselves is plus 262, which is good.
Yeah.
Again, bias aside, I love Detroit to win the North. They're plus 130. They're not even minus money, which is huge. I know Green Bay is still good.
Money to win the North is probably decent value.
Plus 734 for those 3: Falcons, Texans, Lions. Plus 734. So that
Honestly,
like those.
I think
3.
you got to throw the Niners in there at minus 190. I mean, that's not even minus 200, and the Niners are another team that I don't think there's not a single one of those teams in that division that's sniffing.
You don't think the Rams can sneak up and do something weird?
I don't. No, I don't.
I mean, the Niners are dominant, but yeah, I'm with you. I don't
minus
know. I don't think so either.
Is the favorite probably to return to the Super Bowl and the favorite out of the NFC. Same thing, honestly, with Philly. Do we really think Dallas?
No. After what happened to me last year, fuck the Eagles. We're not putting them in this thing. They were
Girl Scouted out of it.
They were sitting there 2.5 games up with 4 games to go and fucked me over and let the Cowboys come right in and just take it. Big Web had a great backup bet.
They win 1 game.
It was terrible. It was one of the worst runs I've ever seen, and they screwed me over.
They win 1 game around Thanksgiving, and they would have had the whole goddamn thing, and then they shit the bed the rest of the.
It was terrible.
Okay, let me ask you this then, because AFC East we probably don't want to touch. There's too many teams there. AFC North we don't want to touch because there's probably too many teams there. NFC East you don't want to touch because of the Cowboys.
West.
And so that's the point I'm getting at. If you go Kansas City, it takes you from plus 1,100 to plus 1,700. Even with a Kansas City team that's a little bit juiced, minus 230. But
and it is interesting. Nick said 5 teams. That's a 5-team right there.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. That's 5 teams. Of those 5 teams, which one of those is losing? The Texans in the South, the Falcons in the South, the Lions in the North, the Niners and the Chiefs. You're putting the 2 favorites from the AFC and the NFC in there with 3 other teams.
You want my honest opinion on who screws us?
I think Atlanta might. Yes. Yeah, I think Atlanta might.
I think Falcons are the one team that worries the shit out of me because Kirk could get hurt easily, and they got Penix, but we don't know what he has. It's a new coach. It's still the Falcons. It makes sense.
But who's going to get him? Tampa?
No, Tampa always floats around there.
Tampa could float around.
100%.
So you could. So that was plus 1,700, but you get plus 932 with a 4-teamer if you take them out, leaving those other 4 in there.
Big Web doesn't like this. He loves Atlanta. I can tell it's his team all year. This is his team right here, baby.
I mean, if you want to ride Big Web, and we'll all put $20 in. If you'll just pay out our losses, if $20 each, if the Falcons
fair, Big Web. You should be on the hook for all the money we lose on this bet.
Listen to this shit.
If we all put in $20 on this, you just pay us out our $20 each. That's only a minus 60 plus your 20 or however much you put on it.
Hold on, Nick, the magazine's out. Hold on.
I'll buy you 3 beers at Thanksgiving.
3 weeks old magazine.
That's fair. I'll take 3 beers at Thanksgiving. That's better than $20. That's probably
here's Tampa's schedule.
Does that still say Matt Ryan or Michael Vick's on the team?
Yeah,
okay. We'll leave for Big Web's sake. We'll leave him in there then.
Washington, Detroit, Denver. Okay, so they beat. They got a fight against Washington, Tampa.
Yeah.
Detroit,
this is Tampa's schedule.
Tampa's schedule.
Okay. I'm listening.
Washington. That's a tough game. Detroit, you're going to say Detroit's going to beat them.
Hell yeah.
So that's a loss. Denver, they can beat
That's
Denver.
a win.
Philly.
Could be a
That's
win.
a loss. They're not beating Texans.
Atlanta.
Definitely a win.
Division game. New Orleans could be a win.
Win.
Baltimore, loss. Atlanta, again. Kansas
honestly,
City,
it's going to come down to the series matchup more
They
than
play
likely.
Kansas City, then San Francisco?
November 4th, November 10th. Kansas City.
Okay, that's tough. All right. I'm with the Falcons then. If they have Kansas City and Niners back to back and they play
Falcons are minus
Falcons
130,
twice.
and then the Bucks are plus 310. So you're looking at like close value because it's
Can
taking
we
schedule.
use this as the thumbnail, Big Web? Just staring at
Early
this.
December. Giants, Carolina, Vegas, Chargers, Dallas, Carolina, New Orleans. So Tampa could get
Atlanta?
percolate at the end.
I could. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
again, it might come down to, but I'm willing to ride with Atlanta. I get new coach. Bijan's going to get a healthy dose.
don't say
you
healthy
got
dose.
You got a proven quarterback in Kirk Cousins or a veteran quarterback in Kirk Cousins.
Who gets
So
hurt
as long as
every
Kirk-
season.
As long as Kirk stays healthy, you're good.
So
You're
here's
covered.
my thing. I think we should all take responsibility here. We all pick one of these teams, and if they lose, like
We
you're
pay
in.
everybody's bet.
You pay everybody's
Okay,
bet.
so you're in for the Lions.
I'm in for the Lions. Big Web's in for the
Big Web's
Falcons.
in for the Falcons.
Who do you want, Nick? Don't take the Chiefs. That's not fair. Or the Niners. So I think you need the Texans.
But what if I don't want to take? I'm not rooting for the Texans to win the division. I'm not taking responsibility for the Texans to win the division. No way.
Okay, let's give you the minus 230 Chiefs. That's
I'll
fun.
take the Texans and the Falcons.
Oh.
I'll take the Niners. I'll take the Niners. Niners minus 190.
Wow, that's so big of you, Nick. Minus 190. Okay, so
I mean,
Dad's
hey, I'm
taking
not
two
taking the
teams.
fucking Texans.
I'm
I
actually
think the
betting that
Jaguars
parlay
could fuck
too.
us
Did you?
too.
That too.
I think the Jaguars could fuck us too.
All right, I'll take the Lions. Yeah, so there you go. I think we got to do that. Plus 1726. We got the Falcons to win the South. We got the Texans to win the South. We got the Lions to win the NFC North. We got the Niners to win the NFC West. And we got the Kansas City Chiefs to win the AFC West.
Can I just throw a thought out here, though?
1726. What's up?
Should we look at the AFC East at all? Because right now, the
Not a
Buffalo Bills
chance.
are the favorite, and taking the Jets or the Dolphins.
No. Here's what I want to do, though. Let's do a fun one where we have, like, some, if you want to call them long shots, like teams that we like that maybe the odds makers are like, no, not a shot. We should do one go for it that pays like $1 billion or something.
So that was Falcons, Texans, Lions, Chiefs, and who?
Falcons, Texans, Lions, Chiefs, Niners. Plus 1726, 5-leg division winner parlay. Here on From the 50.
20 to pays 345. I mean, where does that lose? It loses on the Falcons.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
It loses on the Falcons or the Lions more than likely.
Knock it off.
It's not going to lose on the Falcons.
It's not going to lose on the Lions.
Fucking Colts are going to end up.
I don't think. I think
South.
Penix can make it happen too if Kirk goes down.
He better.
I mean, they
drafted him
on
for no
paper-
reason.
On paper, that looks good. Like that looks like a fucking.
I hate this so much. We're going to come back to this clip. August 14,
looks so
2024.
good.
This looks so good.
Okay,
How can
that's
this
what we're
lose?
locking in. But if we want to go fun,
Well, let's go fun. So we're locking. That's the first one in we just read.
okay.
5-team, 1726. We're going to put it up on the wall, by the way. So next episode or first episode of the season here in week one, coming up in week one, we'll have a whole wall of parlays
You
for
wanna
the
go-
team. We're going to have
Do you
them
want to
ready
go
to go.
fun or do you want to go like true value?
No, I
'Cause,
think
like,
let's have this is like you're going to light $10 on fire each. We put 30 on it total, or you just each bet it $10, $10. That's what I think. So what's like I think
I got it back.
a fun upset one would be, let's see.
You want to hear mine? Here you go. This is for fun.
All right.
Dolphins,
Mine was fun.
Dolphins, I like.
Eagles, Falcons, Chiefs,
Yeah,
Jaguars,
yeah.
Oh my god,
Ravens, Lions, Niners.
that's too many.
$10 pays $4,000.
It better.
$4,400.
It better. Congrats on your 10 going down the toilet. All right, I got one here. Let
That's
me
fun.
check here. Your thoughts are welcome.
I got to
You can
root for my team. I can't
Weber-
put the Texans in this shit.
I'm trying to do a plug. WeberContent.com/from the50. You can go to YouTube and do a URL. You can check it out and check out all of our links all season long. On the show will be
TJ
live every
changes the
Sunday from
website.
10:30 a.m. CT all the way until kickoff.
Every year, TJ changes the website.
That's what we do.
I went
all right.
to 3 different websites looking for this fucking
Someone
link,
mute
and
his
then I
ass.
had to click a
We need
link
this
tree, and I had to
producer
click
now.
another link.
All right, so I got Dolphins to win the East. I like that. Colts
Ooh.
to win the AFC South. Colts to win the AFC South. Bucks to win the NFC South, and the Detroit Lions win the NFC North.
I don't think you can do that.
$10 pays $1,227.
I don't think you can take a flyer on the Colts and the Bucks. You got to pick one or the other.
Don't tell me what to do. This is my parlay, bitch. I can do whatever I want. Big Web, what do you think?
How much you going to invest in it?
$10 to pay $1,200.
I think I would do that just for the hell of it, but
sure.
Good luck to you.
Hey, Nick, he didn't say he'd do yours. How's that feel?
Mine was also a 10-team parlay or an 8-team all-division with a lot of dogs in it. That's fine.
I did a 7-team parlay.
Okay.
You like that better than an 8?
A little bit better. It's one less.
$298 pays $50,100.
Oh, my God. $50,000, Nick. Are you excited or no?
For which ones?
7 teams. Houston, Atlanta, Philadelphia.
Slow down. What? Start over.
Houston.
Start over. This is a video. This may be a video clip, maybe.
$298 pays $50,139.
Okay. Wow.
Houston, Atlanta, Philadelphia, 49ers.
Yeah.
You're not going to like this one.
Okay.
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, you're out. You're done.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
And the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
Nick, you like the Kansas City Chiefs. You know you like the Miami Dolphins.
I kind of like that one.
The Chicago Bears, if they're on paper,
it's lighting money on fire.
The Bears their offense could spark.
So could
Caleb
any
Williams
offense
might
ever.
Be Jesus Christ, reincarnated.
What?
See, Caleb Williams might be Jesus Christ reincarnated.
He's not. He's got a lot of hype.
Do you know what? Do you know what $298 equals 50,000? You know what that means?
It means it's lighting 300 on fire.
That means $29 pays 5,000.
That's great. It's still the Bears to win the North.
That means $2.90 pays 500.
What happens if you take the Bears out of it?
I'll throw $2.90 for 500 to watch.
He really trusts your parlay there, Big Web.
He does.
Wow.
He likes it.
That's big. Well, good luck to
you.
y'all.
Bears and the Dolphins. Everything else, there's a lock. You're just rooting for the Bears and Dolphins every week.
That's it.
Dolphins, but here's the difference. Dolphins actually have a shot.
So do the Bears.
They don't.
On paper.
No, they don't on paper. No, they don't.
They just bought themselves an offense, dude.
Do you know who their coach is? Like we haven't seen Caleb Williams throw one regular season pass in the NFL
he looks
yet.
Comfortable.
In preseason against dopes that wouldn't play D3 football.
Boy, when you pick on his Detroit Lions, baby, you better watch out.
You better watch out. They got better. We destroyed everybody in the North.
Ready for this, Nick? Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore.
I understand who's on the roster. You don't even go over
it.
I'm not a child.
Romo Dunze, or whatever the hell his name is, from Washington.
You said it right. Wow.
Everett. Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes Lewis is like 85.
I don't think Mercedes Lewis
Can he even run a route anymore, Nick?
I don't think Mercedes Lewis is adding anything to the Bears offense, but Cole Kmet will.
You know who definitely is? Matt Eberflus. Same head coach they had last year. How'd he do? Oh, let's get rid of every other coach on the team except for the head coach because he deserves it.
The GM's what did it, baby. They got a team on
Ryan
paper.
Poles is
either of you want to make an interesting – I should get odds on this. I do want odds on this. But
if you give me odds, I'll take it. Bears against the Lions?
No. You might like this. I think I want 3-1. I think this is fair. Honestly, either of you two that wants action on this. I want to bet that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a better record than the Chicago Bears this year.
Oh, I'm all over that.
Okay.
3-1?
Let's make it 5-1. Fuck it. You guys are that confident.
No. You want 3-1.
You said 5-1.
No, you said 3-1. You said 3-1.
No, you guys are so confident. No, let's go 5. Make it 10 if you'd like.
You can't change it 5-1 off of 3-1.
I'll do 3-1. $20 each.
That is not a problem.
Okay.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Something tells me, again, I have the Steelers last in the North because I think there's a possibility. I'm taking a shot here saying that Justin Fields will have a better season than Caleb Williams. That's what I'm saying.
Fields isn't even the starter.
He's going to be in about 2 seconds. Just wait.
That's a risky bet on your part.
3-1 ain't bad.
Bet on your part, but I'll take 3-1.
Hey, I'll win 60, or you guys get 20. That's
why would I do 5-1 instead of 3-1 when it doesn't do anything for me?
Nick, because I tried to you're so confident. I should have said 10-1.
But
that's how you try to catch it. No, I'm just kidding. 5-1.
That's not a better deal for me. It's still $20.
I understand, Nick. It was part of the whole joke. Like I said, I fucked myself by saying 3-1. I should have said 5-1. Should have said 25-1.
We probably wouldn't have went for that.
I don't think I would have gone. I wouldn't have gone 5-1, but I'll take 3-1. So
all right, 3-1. I think Pittsburgh has a shot. I think Chicago might be a little bit overrated.
Are the biggest Chicago Bears fans this year.
Good luck. We'll see what happens. Your division winner parlays are welcome. You can call into Football Fan Line by going to our website, which link is in the bio, like I mentioned, here on YouTube. You can subscribe on YouTube as well. Leave a voicemail with your division winner standings, division winner parlays, and we'll, might track them depending on how people do and maybe make a whole wall of them. Who knows? That could be a lot of fun. So we're excited about it. Should be a fun year here for NFL 2024-25 season. And, maybe we'll win a little money. Big Web, it's a real shame about those Bears, to get rid of that $300. Other than that, I'm rooting for you, Big Web.
We don't have them in every bet. I still do have Detroit winning the division.
I would hope so.
For my picks. But, we were trying to have fun there and get a fun one.
It's not fun for me. What's that Borat meme, Nick? It's not fun for me.
I don't know.
All right, great. Well, that'll do it. Boys, anything else before we wrap this one up here?
No, I'm excited, man. This is always fun and looking forward to it.
NFL season is here. Can't wait. The picks will be a lot better this year, hopefully. Maybe you'll even see me triple down one week, TJ.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
Get in there and sign this board, Nick.
Yeah, let's go. It's waiting for you.
I'm out of here.
I got a blue Sharpie for you, and there goes Nick. All right, that'll do it, guys. Thanks again for watching. We'll talk to you next time. The full crew coming in for preseason stuff probably next week. I'll get Zach Zook in. I definitely want to have playoff and Super Bowl predictions for sure. And then, obviously, I think another episode of me and Big Web maybe next week.
Fine-tune some of these a little bit.
Yeah, doing fan line and then maybe doing teams we could see betting on every week. Like, how you key on one or two.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got one for you. It's the Falcons, if I had to guess.
Yep.
That'll be a fun one, so I think that could be a fun show. And then also maybe building, Nick, this will be something up your alley if you're still there. Building season-long NFL player prop parlays, I think would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
One thing we can do next week, too, is kind of look at some of these over-unders for season wins. We kind of go
team
through
bets for wins. Yeah, I like that.
Look at that a little bit and see what those look like. So
yeah,
cool.
no doubt. All right, guys, that'll do it. Follow us everywhere, webercontent.com/from the50, and we'll see you next time. For Big Web, for Nick, I'm TJ Weber saying so long. This has been From the 50.